Germany says a firm no to Ukraine joining the EU in 2027. What is Ukraine's reaction? And what should we expect from the next round of negotiations between Kiev and Moscow? To talk about it and more, we're joined by Ukrainian MP and the Voice Party leader, Kira Rudik. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Hello, Maciej, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for accepting our invitation. Let's start with Donald Trump's words. Today he said that he asked Vladimir Putin not to attack Ukraine for this for a whole week as temperatures drop extremely low. Now, would a week, if indeed this happens, would a week be enough to restore heating and electricity and water to those who need it?
The truth is we do not know. Of course, our energy system is known to hang by a thread, and our energy services are trying to do their best to really have a chance of people to have heating and electricity. We still have hundreds of homes in Kiev who are without heating since the recent day attack. However, we will see. We have heard many assurances from President Trump and many good calls with Putin that he had, and that didn't result in anything good for Ukraine. So let's see how we survive those next couple of days. It will be indeed very hard temperature-wise. The cold spat is coming up. And one thing is, I hope our military do not trust Putin and are ready to take down any drone or missile that's coming our way, because from what we have seen in the past, it could be a strategy. Hope that we will relax and then attack us at the weakest point at the darkest hour.
Let's get back to the very beginning of what I said. Germany says a firm no to Ukraine joining the EU in 2027. How would you comment on German Chancellor's words?
Of course, the decision to accept Ukraine into European Union is a political one and a part of negotiations with the coalition of the willing. President Zelensky announced that we need a date because we know that Europe does not have a cohesive decision on accepting Ukraine. For example, we still have Hungary, we have Slovakia, and there could be other countries that would say firm no. We understand that the process of integration is a really long one, and Ukraine has done so many things really by the book to move in this accession process. So I understand that this process is complicated, and what President Zelensky perhaps wants just some assurances that at some point Ukraine will be in European Union and it wouldn't take decades as for other countries that are also candidates.
What do you expect from this next round of peace talks between Russia and Ukraine? It's due to begin this Sunday.
We are very worried that the United States seems not to be participating in this next round of negotiations. It seems that they are backing off, and it's not a good sign. Again, given that we know that Russia has no intention to stop right now, they just have intention to drag on the negotiations to escape sanctions that President Trump promised to impose if they will not agree to negotiate. So they negotiate, and would there be a result? I guess by Sunday at least we will see if Russia will commit to the word that President Trump gave to not to attack our energy infrastructure. But again, I'm not very hopeful because we do not see any real incentive for Putin to stop right now. He has his winter campaign going. He is escaping sanctions successfully. Europe is still discussing on how to act on him and still have time till 2027 to ban Russian gas. So, why to stop now?
Marco Rubio to be precise here, said that although the top American negotiators, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, are not joining the talks, there might be someone from the American side to help in negotiations. Ukraine's foreign minister, Andriy Sybiha, stated yesterday that, let me quote, "The most sensitive issues are still unresolved territories and future control of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The president is ready to meet with Putin to discuss these issues and resolve them." Where and when would President Zelensky meet with Vladimir Putin? Because the Russians say that he can come to Moscow, where he would be provided with safety and all the means to wait. Is President Zelensky indeed planning a trip to Moscow?
Oh, I'm sure we all understand that Putin just dreams to repeat President Trump's success with Maduro and show the world that he is also a great leader, which he is obviously not. I'm sure it's not in Ukraine's interest at all for President Zelensky to go to Moscow. There are so many other places in the world that will ensure the security. Again, the question is, could these negotiations between Ukrainian president and Russian dictator really end the war and really end up the question about Zaporizhzhia nuclear station and territories that Russia is demanding? I seriously doubt that. Russia understands the only language, the language of force, the language of power. We have been saying it since the day one. We have been proving it with the facts. And if you look even at the last 4 years of Ukraine fighting, there has not been any time when something else miraculously worked with Russia. Only the force, only the ability to fight back, what was supporting Ukraine in negotiations, what was allowing our ships to actually go in and trade in the Black Sea, that allowed us to regain some of our territories. Unfortunately, it was not diplomacy. It was strengths that we gained with the support of our partners. So right now, the recipe for ending the war is very simple. Weaken Russia, support and strengthen Ukraine. I do not believe that Russia intends to keep any of the word that they may be giving and that they have any intention of ending the war. We see absolutely no sign on the ground of that.
And yet it seems that it's the US who pushes for territorial concessions in Ukraine. Now, what would Russia need to offer in return for Ukraine to cede the Donbas region?
Maciej, it's not about territories. It's not about the land. Same is it not about the land for Russia. They have enough land. They have huge territories. It's about people. We have people living there. How can we sacrifice some of our people so other people can live in some illusion of peace? It's just impossible. It's not that you can offer something. It's impossible on the human level, not even on a political one. I do not think that there are any politicians in Ukraine that want to go in history for conceding some lands to our enemy. I don't think that President Zelensky is that politician. I don't think people in the parliament, members of parliament, are doing that. But more than that is we are fighting, and Russia was not able to take those territories. So why should we give it up? That's the question, not rather than what Russia can offer for it.
So we have a stalemate. Nothing changes.
No, it's not a stalemate. We are trying to get stronger. We are working with our partners on increasing the defense spending, on strengthening Ukraine. We have heard the European Union imposing more sanctions. Some of them will work in 2027, and we hope to survive by that moment. There is not another nation in the world that wants peace more than Ukraine, but it's not at any cost, and it's obviously not by capitulating to Russia and giving them something that they are not able to take by force. So we are fighting. We have lost so many people in this cruel war. We have so many people suffering right now when we are speaking, and it's not to go and capitulate tomorrow.
Kira Rudik, Ukrainian MP and the Voice Party leader, was our guest this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and glory to Ukraine.
And thank you for watching, and stay with us for more news and interviews here on TVP World.